Hey there guys. So today we're taking a look at a figure that I've already talked about in the past, but it is so damn cool that I'm just gonna do another video about it. It's the Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees Terror of Crystal Lake Polystone Statue from Sideshow Collectibles. First off, let's take a look at the packaging for the thing. This is a freaking huge box. It's absolutely enormous, and yeah, there's the artwork on the side there. There's the title on the top. Very nice gore and distortion effects here. Lifting it up, this is one of the sides of the box. There you go, there's another one of the sides. And there's the bottom of it. So yeah, that's just the box itself. Let's take a look at the figure. Alright, here we are. This is the Terror of Crystal Lake Polystone Statue from Sideshow Collectibles. One of the first things you will notice is there's a wonderful pose that he's striking. Let me back up a bit so you can see it. There we go. He's got his trademark hockey mask. He's got an axe slung over his shoulder, and he's got a big bloody machete that he's holding. Very cool. Now this figure is not based on any film in particular, but it does lend elements from sort of all of the films to create sort of a greatest hits Jason, which I think is very, very nice. You can see just the sheer amount of detail that went into this handcrafted piece of work. It's absolutely astounding. You can see the torn jacket that he's wearing. You can see the slashes in the mask. You can see the his skin color. You can see his exposed knuckles. Little pieces, flecks of blood on his rusty axe. There's his bloody machete. The clothing reminds me slightly of Freddy vs. Jason, but I would still venture to say that it's not strictly based on that movie alone. I feel like they captured the essence of the character no matter what incarnation you're talking about. It's definitely looks like the later era Jason, looks like the undead Jason from part 6 and onward. Just due to his extreme hulking size and his the discoloration in his skin here. Looks like he's been buried for quite some time. Now this figure is extremely massive. It's incredibly heavy. It weighs pounds upon pounds. I'm gonna put an annotation up so you can see exactly how much it weighs. There it is. Let me give you a side view. When it comes delivered in the box, it's fairly well protected with some large foam pieces, but it does not come in one piece like this. You have to do some assembly work. The machete has to be put in place, and his head has to be put on him, and he also needs to be placed on this base here. They did such a great job on this base. If you look closely, you can see Jason is standing on a pile of decomposing bodies. So you can see there's one person there on the right, There's the remains of one person here on the left. You can see his tongue sticking out there, his lower jaw. He's been hacked off at the top of his head there. You can even see some brain matter and some, oh yeah, I believe there's probably a large intestine here. So just the insane amount of detail that must have gone into this. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. It's, you can see a hand sticking out there. Just there's another face. You really get the feeling that he's sinking into a whole barrage of decomposing bodies. Insanely brutal. I've never seen anything quite like this. I love this. We're going to take a closer look at his mask as well, and his head. Like I said, when this is delivered, his head is not firmly attached. You have to place it on his body, and I will show you the reason for that in just a second. You can see he's even got some specks of blood on his shoulder there, and his jacket is nicely ripped and everything. Awesome. Alright, so let's take a closer look at his face and hockey mask here. If you peer in at his eyes there, you can actually see them. You can actually see his eyes staring back at you. Very creepy. He's also got the slashes in his hockey mask. Maybe it's from dueling with Freddy Krueger. That's just a nice little touch that I really, really love. Very cool. So this is the main head, of course. This is the hockey mask, but it comes off in one solid piece. You can just lift it up like that. Now his head is one very, very solid piece. It's not going to break or anything. It's incredibly heavy. You can see the eyes there peering out. Nicely done, very nicely done. Take a look at that. Now there is a face only a mother could love. Pretty gruesome stuff. Very much a composite of Jason's different unmasked looks, and it's very nicely done. He's got the famous distorted eye. His left eye is, as you can see, sort of drooping. That's one of his famous features. Big, nasty yellow teeth. And yeah, it's just a wrinkled, ugly, disformed person, but he's got that really, you can see the veins in his neck and everything. You can even see some discoloration in the neck, and you can even see some veins and some... Should you get bored with the hockey mask look, you can always throw this on. It's far less badass, but I think it's a great touch to have this awful... gives it a more classic horror movie feel to it when he's unmasked. It's a lot scarier and more disturbing. I think it also kind of gives it a little bit more personality as well. You can actually see that there's someone underneath the mask. The machete tends to pop off very easily. You have to be very careful when you're handling the machete. But otherwise it's a very, very solid piece. Like I said, heavy, solid. It's not gonna break or anything. This is one of the greatest representations of the Jason Voorhees character I have ever seen. Just absolutely astounding. Fantastic. So let's take a look at one last thing, shall we? And that's the bottom of the base. Alright guys, so when you lay it over to its side carefully, this is what you will see. Jason Voorhees, The Terror of Crystal Lake Statue, limited to 1,000 copies. And I was lucky enough to snag copy number 226. Let's take one last look at this one, and then I will call it quits. Alright, so there's your last look at the Jason Voorhees Terror of Crystal Lake Polystone Statue. Yeah, if you can grab one of these, if you're a serious fan and a collector and you like really incredibly well-made display pieces, then yeah, go for it. If you're more of a casual fan, or you don't want to spend a huge amount of money, then I would recommend going with one of the figures from NECA or similar companies. There's a lot of nice head knockers. There's some nice figures that are not quite as expensive, but that still look good and can still take up some nice shelf space. So I may be doing some more reviews of some other figures. I have some others from NECA. I have some ones from Fred vs. Jason and some assorted ones. So I may take a look at those in the future. But yeah, there's the figure for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.